Perfectionism is a double-sided sword. I often feel like the need for perfection is suffocating, and it can stifle me creatively. The truth is that perfection is subjective. It's a made-up concept that humans created based upon each individual's idea of what is desirable and what is not. We live in an imperfect world, and maybe that's what draws us to the idealism of pursuing perfection. To an architect, perfectionism would be executing on a mathematically proportionate blueprint. Whereas to an abstract artist, perfectionism would be the act of perfectly orchestrating imperfect brushstrokes. I find that when starting a creative project, it's easy to be quickly overwhelmed by my vision of the end result. This image of getting the perfect shot, building the perfect desk, or telling the perfect story. And sometimes it's so overwhelming that it prevents me from taking the first step. When in reality, what I really need is to dive into the action to discover the true direction of the project. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of doing something and you just feel present? It's the same reason people climb 3,000-foot cliffs, perform for live audiences, and go for a run. Taking action brings us into the present. It's what we've been biologically programmed to do over millions of years. To act on intuition, to be impulsive. And that's what I'm chasing. For some reason, us humans like boxes. We live in boxes, we sleep on boxes. We drive around in boxes with wheels, and we work on little boxes with screens on them. We have boxes that we put in other boxes that we put in other boxes. But let me ask you, when's the last time you saw a box occur in nature? This is a manifestation of our magnetism towards the idea of perfection. Nature is messy, life is messy, and we want to make it clean rather than embracing its imperfect stasis. And that's not the case when you're a kid. Kids tend to be fast to explore their creative instincts, and it's far from perfect. But there's something about embracing that. Why is it so common for us to lose our childhood imagination? What about the world tends to stifle our imagination and encourage us to put ourselves in boxes? Everything is in the eye of the beholder. As someone who appreciates attention to detail, I get it. It's important to pay attention to the details. That's how you do great work. But at what point do we become lost in them? There's a song by the artist Tame Impala, which has my favorite song title of all time. The song's title is, "Nothing that has happened so far has been anything we can control." Something about that statement just brings peace to my soul. I think realistically in life, there are things that we have control over, like where to steer my car, when to wake up in the morning, and how to treat people. But ultimately, there's so much in life that we don't have control over. And finding ways that we can release our idea of control is a way to channel our truth. This is about releasing that control, diving headfirst into creative projects, and not being afraid to fail. It's okay to be imperfect, to create things that are imperfect and live imperfectly, because it's all a construct, a mental barrier that when you can cross it, you can tap into your truth. Have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it.